Hey friends, welcome to Bitfumes. In this episode, we are going to learn much more things like migration, like resources, like Eloquent, like the database. There are much more things, and I'm sure you will love this episode. Why? Because I love that. Okay, so let's get started. Imagine if you have song system in your website. That means you have a song section, and obviously there are many more songs in that section. Okay, so what will you do? What you will do is just you will go to your web.php file. For what? For making a route. In the route you will create you will say just song, and there is a songs controller. So songs controller, and in songs controller you will just say go to index. Okay, but we does not have a songs controller yet, so let's make that songs controller. For that I have to open my cmd command prompt. Okay, cmd command prompt. Yeah, now I have to go to that folder where I have installed the Laravel. And what happened? There's error. Okay, in this case I have to start my server serve, and for other work I have to open another command prompt, and in that also I have to go to my folder. Okay, just copy this and paste in Chrome. Okay, next what we have to do, we have to just create a controller. For that what we have to do, we have to make a artisan command, and that command is artisan make controller, and the controller name is songs controller. Okay, but before hitting enter I have to tell you something. What that something is? Okay, you have created a song system, but obviously you have to make songs. That means you have to upload some songs detail. You have sometime you have to delete something, you have to edit something. For that what you have to do, you have to make a edit method and song slash id of that song, and then edit. And in the same case, if you want to delete something, then delete, and here also you have to delete. And if you have to store something, then you have to store, and here also store, and no id there in that case, and the method will be post. So you can see that here are 4 routes. That is not practical. That is not the Laravel way. For that Laravel provides us a resource controller. What is that resource controller? Okay, for that I will just delete all these things, and instead of get I will say resource. Okay, and now come to your cmd, and when I make a controller, then I will say resource, and when I hit enter it will create a controller, but nothing new. Okay, let's see where the controller is in the app http controller, and here's the songs controller. And now the magic, you can see here these functions are already created: create, store, show. But wait, I have just told you that it will create routes, but where are the routes? These are the methods. So for that you have to just type php artisan route and list, and when you hit enter there is a error and because I have misspelled the artisan. Okay, now hit enter and you will see all the routes in your system. So just by typing resource, you will see here that these things, these are the resource. That means the routes are created. That means when user comes and hit the URL songs.index with get method, it will go to this controller songs index. When there is a post request to this system, then it will go to this controller and store method, and like all other thing. Okay, so you see here that by typing just a single line, you get all these routes here. In the index function, I will just return songs to check that our system, our route, everything is working or not. So in that I will say songs, and when I hit enter, it will return the songs. So that's good. Okay, so but I don't want this. I want a view to be loaded. So view, or views, where views are placed. Views are placed in resource folder. Inside that there's a view folder, and inside that we will, so in that we will just create a folder named songs, and in that folder I will create the index.blade.php file. Here I will return obviously songs.index. Okay, and when I refresh, there's a blank. Why blank? Because index.blade.php is also blank. So in the previous episodes, or in the some of the previous episode, I have about the layout. Okay, so how will we use layouts? We use layout by extends the layout dot app, and you will see here after refreshing that page is here, but there's no title. Okay, so just create a section, and that section, I think for that we have to go to app.blade.php, and the base title is by body, section is body. So in the body I will say songs are everything. Okay, now end section. Okay, refresh again, and songs are everything. So perfectly fine. There's a little thing more, and what that is just the title. You can skip if you does not want to see all these things, because these are not very interesting things. Okay, so just refresh and you will see Laravel songs. Okay, but we have to work with the database. Okay, for working with the database, we have to connect to our database. Okay, for connecting database, we have to create our database. Okay, so in Chrome, I have already opened my phpMyAdmin, and I have created the Laravel named database. Okay, so just connect to this database. For connecting, I will just close all these folders fastly, and we will go to .env file. .env file, not .env.example, simple .env file. You can see here the database name. We know that it is Laravel, and username, obviously in my case it is root, and secret, that means password, is nothing. Okay, now the database is connected. Okay, so how will I create a table? For creating a table, here's the next big thing. Next big thing is migration. Laravel provides you migration system. What is that migration system? Just go to the database folder and the migration, and you will see there is two files. And two files. First file is create user table, and that means it will create a user table. The name is very descriptive. Okay, in that table, what is the name of that table? Table name is user, and table name is user, and the every field is written here. That means ID, name, email, password, everything is here. And this function, down function, is that if you want to undo the creation of the table, you will just provide that undo function, and it will drop that table. And similarly, if there is also a create password reset table, but we don't want all these two. We will delete everything. Okay, now we have to create our own migration system. For that, just open the CMD and type php artisan and hit enter, and you will see here is the make migration command. It will create a new migration. If you don't know anything about this command, just type php artisan help and the command name, that means make migration. And you will see here that it will require the name of the migration, and the next thing is create if you want to create a table. Okay, so we will create a migration by typing php artisan make migration. And what is the name of the migration? As I told you, it should be descriptive, so it will be create my songs table, and then create, and the table name is songs, then hit enter, and we'll create a migration with the same name, the create my songs table. And you can see that it will create a table with the songs name, but table is not created yet. It is all these things are the function to create a table. Also, before creating the table, we just want to say in that table we have a field with a string and name is title, that means the song title. And the second thing is table, again string, and that is artist. Okay, the artist name. Okay, so for creating the table, the next command is php artisan, and we will see the command list. And the command list, in that command list there is a migrate system. Okay, so just say php artisan migrate. Okay, and hit enter, and it will create successfully the songs table. For that proof, we will go to our php my admin and just refresh, and you will see that the songs table is created with the structure as we given: title, artist, Walker 255. Okay, the next thing we have to do, okay, the one thing more that you have seen here in the structure of this, there is a created at and updated at. Where it come from? It come from this timestamps. Okay, you just type the timestamp and it will create the created at and updated at. So the next big thing I want to tell you is that you have something more interesting thing that is called php artisan tinker. Okay, what it will do? It will do many things, like you can add 12 plus 5 is 17. Okay, or you can say that echo bitfumes. Okay, so it will echo out. Okay, but you can also work with the Laravel. For that, you just type db, then table, and the table name is songs, and we want to insert the title. Insert title. The title is closer, the very popular song. Okay, and then the artist, and artist, you know, I think artist is chain smoker. Okay, there's a mistake, I have to correct it. Okay, chain smoker, then created at where? Created at new date time, again spell. Okay, now updated at also, updated at, there is also a new date time, same time. Okay, so just close all these things and semicolon and hit enter, and it is returning true. But how will I know that the data is inserted? For that, one thing you can do, you just go to your phpMyAdmin, refresh, and you will see that all these things are here. But with the help of a tinker, you can just say db table name is songs, and then get, and you will get all the results. Okay, you can also include the where clause, where what, where id is 2. Okay, hit enter and you will return only second, that means this one. Okay, here. Now next thing is we will show all this data in our page. For that I will go here and just type songs, and after that db, and for db what we want table, same thing as we have done in command prompt, songs, and get everything. Okay, and we have to just pass this, we will pass with it compact, and in compact I will say songs. Okay, but before going further, just see what's the result of this. And for that I have to echo this songs variable in our index page. So here I will just echo it out like this, echo songs. But there is more songs, so for that I will use for each, and then songs and song, only song, simple. And here I will just say song and title. Okay, just refresh and see the result. I think we will get an error, and yes, we will get error. Why we will get error? Because app http controller db is not found. Why? Just go to controller and you can see here that we are in the app http controller. What is this namespace? Namespace is just defining where you are. Okay, so we are in the controller and controller is placed in app http controller, and the same thing is written here. So when I request for db, it will find this db inside here, inside that controller, but not, db is not inside that controller folder. db is inside just http. So we can just place a slash and then refresh, and you will get another error. And this error is why actually we have just connected our database from env, and that is for Eloquent. We will learn Eloquent in later time. Okay, but for that, for using the db, we have to connect our database from this config and database. Here you can see that our default database is MySQL. Obviously I am using MySQL. You can use SQLite also and PGSQL also. Here I have to just say my database name. My database name is Laravel. Database name is Laravel. Username is root in my case, and password is nothing. Okay, so when I refresh, and the error is still there. Why? Because we have changed the database connection, but our server does not know about it. So we have to restart our server. For that, I will just go to the command prompt where I started the server and restart the server by typing php artisan serve. Now it is restarted. When I refresh, I think everything will work fine. Okay, songs are everything, then closer, then all we know. Okay, as we have defined, everything is written correctly. Okay, the next thing is that this is not the correct way of doing this in Laravel. So for that, we will just use it here. We will say use and nothing else. And when I refresh, I will get no error because everything is fine. So this is the correct way of using the DB in your control. So the next big thing is that the Eloquent. But you can see here that we have used everything is correctly fine. We have used database DB and everything is correctly working fine. But I think Laravel has much more cleaner way to do this. For that, we will use a model. For creating a model, we will use the artisan command, and for that we have to come out from the Tinker and for that I will just press Ctrl C, and after that I will say PHP artisan make model. And the one thing more important thing about the model is that your model name is just singular, not the plural, not the s. That's why I have created a songs table, and for model we just use song. This is the only important thing you have to keep in mind when you are making a model. So when I press enter, it will create the model, and model is successfully created. So how will we use this song model? We will use it like this. Just type here, delete all these things, and just type app. Why app? Because our songs model is in the app. Okay, so app, then what is the name of our model? Model is song. Okay, and then we will say all, and when I press refresh, and there is no change. Why? Because this is the eloquent way of doing things. Okay, and just like DB, this is not the correct way to write everything, so we will delete this and we say use app and song. Okay, now when I hit refresh, and there is no change again. So you can see that we will just talking with the database with a very single line easy command. Okay, so our code is cleaner, much more cleaner. Okay, the next big thing is what happens if you want to edit some song details. Okay, so for that you have to go to this edit function. Okay, in that, how will you get the request from the user? For that you will go to this PHP artisan route list. Okay, and then you can see here that when there is a get request and the URL is like this, that means here is a song. That means song written in the curly braces. This represent that there is a ID. Okay, so when I type here songs slash to slash edit, where it will go? There is a blank page, because it will go here in this function, because in the route we will say song ID, that means to, and edit. It will go to controller and edit function. So in this function we will just return ID, and you will see here that ID is returned. Okay, so we does not want only ID, we want everything related to that ID. So for what? For that we will just use our Eloquent thing. Eloquent thing says song, oops, there's a equal sign, song find, and find with this ID. Okay, and I will return, and when I hit refresh, you can see all of thing is just placed here. And Laravel is so smart that we have not given any view, then it will return the data in the form of JSON. That's why it is very useful to create an APIs with the help of Laravel. Show all these things in our view. For that we have to create a show view or edit view, anything you want. For that I will just go to my resource folder, then in view folder I will say edit.blade.php, but I think we have to create it in the songs folder. That's why songs edit.blade.php, and it is here edit.blade.php, and we have to extend the layout.app, and in the body what we have to do, in the body we have to just say end section, But before echoing everything, we just have to send the data from our controller to view. So return view, and view is songs dot edit, and with that I will just say compact song. Comment this line. In here I will just say song title, and next thing is song artist, and for that I will just give a br tag. Okay, now when I refresh here, we will see Closer by Chainsmoker. Just say here by Closer by Chainsmoker. Okay, so when I say here 3, then it will say All We Know by Chainsmoker. So I think it is very nice with working with the Eloquent. So next big thing is that you just not need all these things here. Okay, for that Laravel provide you a more cleaner way. For this you just have to create the songs, and then you have to say here song. Why song? Because in our route variable here is named song, so just you have to say song, and model is song. Okay, so it will just return all these things which we have done previously. So just for checking, we just type return, and return what? Return song. And when I refresh, I will get the same result. Okay, with the 2, the id 2, this is the id 2, and we will pass all these things. And in the view the same thing is here. With the id 2 it will be Closer, with the id 3 it will be All We Know. So Closer, All We Know, baby come to closer, anything. I don't know the song. Okay, so it is very much interesting. So we have learned many things in this episode, and if you have doubt in any of the section, because I have completed many things, so please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I think you have subscribed, so if you not, just subscribe to my channel and I will show you many more things. And there is a request, I know there is a request about the relationship in the Laravel or Eloquent. So I just want to introduce everyone with the Laravel Eloquent, and then in the next episode most probably I will use Eloquent relationship, and I will show you how to use that relationships. So stay tuned and come to next episode. Next episode is coming soon, so just subscribe and comment if you have any problem. Bye bye.